Well, welcome, Carrie Ann, to the KC Stars podcast.
Hi, thank
Hi.
you.
Hey.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. The KC Stars podcast is about the Kansas City film industry and people involved with that industry. And I know you don't live in Kansas City, but I have met
Not
you here a few
anymore.
times, so I know you
Yeah.
here a lot. So introduce yourself. I know you are an actress and a singer. If you could just introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Carrie Ann Doherty. I'm 26. I am an actress and a singer. I've been a performer basically all my life, started in theater, and now I am transitioning into film. I used to live in Kansas City. I did go to KU and then I was in Kansas City out and about for a little while. And then I came back to Wichita, where my family is at. But yeah, so I used to be in theater and I'm transitioning into film, although there isn't too much around Wichita, Kansas. So Kansas City was where I got my first film, which was pretty awesome. And I've done really well there. So I'm still continuing the process through there. And I've gotten like about two here in Wichita. But again, yeah, there's not too much here in Wichita. But yeah, I've been
Excellent.
performing my entire life basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm.
I absolutely love singing.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
was my first go-to thing. Sorry, no. That was my first go-to thing was singing for sure. And then I got my first acting role when I was 10 and I fell in love with acting. So I wasn't really expecting that, but it came along.
Very cool. Have you sang at any venues?
Have I signed at any venues?
Yeah, sung at any venues, like at locations.
No, not yet. I have not done that yet, but I'm very good at singing with people, but not on my own. I usually just sing to myself in the car. I don't know why it's like I have stage fright like when I'm all by myself, but I have a lot of fun with it and my boyfriend can sing too, so he sings with me when we're on stage, but I'm working on the stage fright thing, but I love, love, love to sing and perform. I think when it's more so practiced, kind of like theater, then it's really no problem. But I have recorded in Kansas City actually before. And the song didn't go through or get produced or anything, but that was one of the funnest things of my entire life. And I hope I get to do it again soon, for
That's
sure.
very cool. Very
Thanks.
cool. Can you tell us about your connection to the Kansas City film scene?
Yeah, so I got my first short there, and it was with a production company which I know you're familiar with called the 916 production team. They were MJC Billion at the time, and they were working from the ground up. So the first one that I had got was a short, and I'd actually seen it through Facebook, I believe, when they were again, they were building from the ground up, so they were brand new and they were looking for new, fresh actors. They didn't need anybody with names, and I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity. And when I got there, they said something super nice, and they said like in my audition, they loved my emotion and that they had so many people audition, and they said we want her. And I think that's one of the most it's the biggest compliment when it comes to being an actor, especially when you audition, 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 and you get a bunch of no's. And it was my first yes, basically. So that was super ecstatic moment for me. And then we started doing things called verticals. So, the vertical films. So we did one of the first American ones. And I got my first antagonist role through that one. And I've built my career up through a lot of 916 productions because I've gotten along with them very well, luckily. And I play a lot of antagonists. I've played one protagonist, which was a small bit part. I love doing that. I want to do more protagonists, but I think I do pretty good at antagonists, and it's a lot of fun for sure. And I've built a lot of relationships. Like I've seen you a lot in all of the films. One of my good friends, Lauren and Luna, I've known them for a while and I'm very grateful to meet them. So every time there's another role and then they say, hey, we have a role for you. Do you want to do it? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. And then I see Lauren on set and or I see Luna on set and I'm excited to see both of them. It's cool. So we got to
Yeah.
see a lot of the same people over and over, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm probably like you, except I am the father or uncle. So I have
Yeah.
the smaller roles with them, but I've really enjoyed. I think I've been in I think four of their projects. Plus the shorts they did, the Thunder demos. And by the way, I'd like to apologize. Usually I had Lauren on here and she was my daughter, but I actually killed
Oh
you with
yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yeah.
apologize
Yeah.
for my behavior. No,
No, not your fault.
no,
I'm
but it's
the little fake baby.
yeah. Oh my goodness, I had forgotten that part. That's pretty awful. Okay, that's
Mhm.
enough on that. So
That was a fun scene.
yeah, so you said you went to KU. What's your major in KU? What did you major in?
Oh, that's actually a really it's a tough subject for me because it's how I realized I wanted to be an actress again. I went for nursing and I learned I did not like it. It wasn't for me. I love KU. I absolutely love KU. I love all the friends that I met. But I was not doing well in my nursing classes, and I was like, well, as an elective, why don't I take an acting class? For some reason I was getting A's. And I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I ended up leaving KU and I knew that I was not there for myself. I was doing nursing for other people, saying, oh, you'll make money doing this. It's good for society. And it is. My aunt is a nurse, and I highly respect all the nurses around and doctors in the medical field, but it personally was not for me. And I know every single time I step out on set, I know that I made the right decision as hard as it was because it was probably the hardest decision I've ever made in my entire life. But I had to make it. And, it's not like, oh, we're a superstar now or nothing. Like, I have gotten roles though, and I'm very grateful for it. And I know every time I'm out on set, I get this feeling of excitement and happiness. And I just know that I made the right decision. And I'm going to keep going with it because it's what I love to do. And nursing, I don't think I would have made a good nurse because I wouldn't have liked it. My heart and soul is in singing and acting. It's performing is just me. It's what I've always been. It's what I've always done, and I love it. So yeah, I didn't go through with graduation or anything because it just wasn't the right timing, I guess. Um, but that was a very large realization and a very hard time in my life trying to decide between that. And I loved Kansas City. That's why I stuck around Kansas City for a while. And it wasn't until after I moved back to Wichita that I met up with 916 Productions. So that kind of worked out a little funky, but it wasn't until later, but that's okay. So I'm really excited that I got to meet them though, because
Yeah.
it's definitely changed my life for sure.
And just so everybody knows what we're talking about, just 916, it refers to basically recording on a phone so you can watch it this direction. So they use Netflix approved cameras, but instead of filming horizontal, they turn them like this so they're made for the phone. And a lot of
Mhm.
their episodes are like a minute and a half. And so the Nikita was
Yeah.
80, yeah,
Hmm.
83 1.5 minute episodes.
Wow. Yeah, that was a long one. That one was really long. I think that was our first one too. I think it has a different name now, but when we did it, it was called The General. I think that one had 82 or so also.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
really
their
long.
yeah, their first one. I wasn't in that one, but yeah, that was their first one and it looks
Hmm.
spectacular. I saw you were in some of those clothing, like the old-fashioned clothing as well. Weren't you in some of
And
that?
the Yeah, in The General.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had great fashion statements for us, so they brought most of that just for us, luckily. I had a lot of tight dresses, and I had to fit them a little bit differently because we didn't have like a fitting before. But they had fantastic style. I mean, the stylist, I wish I remembered her name. I don't remember her name, but she did a fantastic job. I absolutely loved it and the atmosphere, and it was amazing. So. Yeah, and
That's
the main
awesome.
actor had really, really good military uniforms too, as well. It looked really, really good. And it's cute because when we go from film to film, they reuse some of their clothes. And so I'm like, Lauren, that's my dress from last time. And she's like, vice versa, hey, that's my dress from last time. So it's cool, but
That's
maybe they
great.
should know that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's all good. I think that they're a fantastic group as well. I
Mhm.
hope to continue to work with them as things come up where they need an uncle or a father, or a
Yeah,
young lady like yourself.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I
Um,
know you did no, sorry, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, the butterscotch one. I was gonna bring that one up. Like I really liked that one. That was one of the pilots. We were doing pilot after pilot. And that's the one I think where he took my baby's life. But I
Well,
love that.
they
That was one
said
of my
I did
favorites.
talk to him about it, and people watched it and thought maybe it was just a little more than what the platform that they were talking to wanted.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I really liked it though. Maybe that's just me. That one was good though. That was a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
it was good. It was good. I like doing it, but
Hmm.
I'm okay if nobody sees it too.
Yeah.
See me as a horrible
Yeah, that's
serial killer.
okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Um,
Yeah.
I guess so. You started acting and doing music as a child. What was your first thing you were in?
The first thing I was in, so I was 10 years old. It was just a school play, or sorry, it was a musical, and it was Pirates, the musical. So I was very timid when I was younger, and this was the very first time I sang in front of anybody, and everybody was kind of like, "Whoa, like she can sing, she can do something right. This is crazy." But I got the main lead and I was like, "This is awesome." And I was like, kind of what is this? Like reading a script and doing the whole performance thing. I fell in love with it because I don't know, I didn't look into acting before this. But I loved it and I thought it was really natural. And from then on, I went to it's called MTYP, Music Theater for Young People. It's at our large auditorium in Wichita called Century 2. So when I was 12, my mom signed me up for Annie. We also, what did we do? We did things like Aladdin. We did Little Mermaid. We did High School Musical 2, I think. A lot of like the little for younger kids. So I did that throughout the years. I think up until middle school. And then in high school, I did, that's actually a funny thing. In high school, I was a freshman my first year, and there was a senior. She had gotten jealous because I became her understudy. And I was like not thinking anything of it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a freshman, whatever. But so she ended up dropping out 1 week before the actual performance. And I'm like, oh crud, I have to learn all of her steps now and make sure I know all of her lines in less than a week. And I was able to do it and it was awesome and everybody was impressed. And I think, I don't know, it all just came so natural to me. And I did that through high school and I knew somehow, some way I wanted to get into film. And the 916 production team, like they were my way to squeeze in because again, they don't really have anything in Wichita, but I did that throughout high school, and that's just what I love to do the whole time. But then I strayed away, I think, as a senior in high school, and then I went on to college to do nursing. And yeah, I wish I wouldn't have done that, but it's a good way to have a good realization of what I was supposed to do in life. So I'm very, very happy that I ended up doing what I love, and it's very, very worth it. But as the singing goes, like yeah, I haven't sang at any venues or anything, but I voice record and I can also I'd love to do voiceover sometime because I can make really funny, really voices, like high pitched, low pitched, like they sound really funny, but like anything like that, I'd love to do that. Um, And like doing theater, I learned how to sing in front of people with other people. I still gotta work on doing it myself, but I know I went with my sister to Chicago where we performed in front of a bunch of agencies. And of course, I got really nervous, but I think that's the only like venue technically that I did sing in front of like a lot of people. And I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And I know every single time that I see like one of my favorite like pop stars up on the stage doing their thing, I know that that's what I want to do too. It's that and acting 100% is my goal because I grew up dancing too. I was trained in dance and ballet, tap, and jazz. I did really well with that. So yeah, I mean, all around, I don't really know how to put it, but I mean, it's my life. It's been everything to me, and it makes me really, really happy.
I know I happen to have met two people, one through 916 and then one through
Hmm.
my regular job, who sing at sporting events like the national anthem.
Oh yeah.
And I
Hmm.
didn't know, is that something that you think if
I
you
would
could,
love to do that.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. The and I didn't talk to the lady in Nikita about it really, but I talked to the guy who used to sing at Royals games. He lives in Texas
Hmm.
now, and he said that they put an ad in somewhere, and you went and you tried out and you sang the national anthem for people, and then they picked people. And they picked him as one of the people. And so he was kind of on the
Wow.
list and they called him up. I don't know how many times he did it, but four or five he sang at Royals games. Sang the national
Wow. I
anthem.
would love to do that. No, I know who you're talking about. Oh my gosh. The country singer though. She's a country
Yeah,
singer.
yeah, she's the one in
Yeah.
Ohio. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's a country singer. This guy is not a country singer, but he did it and he lives there and I'd asked him, have you ever thought about doing it, in Texas there, you're right in Fort Worth. And he's like, "No, I don't want to do it here." It's like, okay.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah. That's awesome. That would I would love to do that. That'd be a good first step for sure. I'd
well,
love to do that.
that's a big thing. I don't know how many thousands of people are
Yeah.
there, but it
I
could
think it's
be.
easier when there are more people. Like call me strange, but I don't know. Maybe that's just with my nervous system. But I mean, I sang at like an eighth grade graduation, and um, I think that was about it. But yeah, no, I think the more the merrier. I mean, that's easier. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
guess
With
you
less
can't see
people,
the
I don't know
individual
why.
people when you're way out from everybody too.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Exactly. Yeah. For
So
sure.
I guess how do you learn lines? Because you've had to learn a lot of lines in these things you've done. How do you learn lines?
Some of them are easier. There's always a line that's just easy for me to just know. Like I read it two or three times and I already know it. But if I don't, I like to write it down. I like to write down the first letter of each word and just continue that. And then I say it in my head. And I think that's the easiest way that I do it. But I know there are other different ways, but that's how I do it. Yeah.
That's how
And
I
it's a
do
lot
it. No
faster.
one does it
Oh,
that way.
yeah.
Yeah, I usually write
Really?
down the full lines of everyone else, and then I write down the
Hmm.
initials of my lines. I think it helps for long-term memory. Um,
Yes.
and that's a lot of times how I do it as well. So
Hmm.
interesting. Um,
Yeah.
how else do you prepare? So first you learn the lines, you write down the first letter of each word in your lines, and you practice that. What do you do next?
I like to record the other character's voice. Sometimes though it is kind of hard because you have no idea how to anticipate how the other actor is going to be saying their line. But I like to do that. That way I can be prepared. I can do it different ways. It'll be one same recording, but that's another thing is I can practice my reactions because with acting you're supposed to be listening more so than you're supposed to be talking, and it's feeling and the emotion and the connection that you're going to feel with the other person. So I like to put the scene in two different ways, two different types of ways that it could play out. And then if we're able to, sometimes we're not able to, but when we get on set, I like to practice with the other actor, like the night before, if they're able to, if they're not on set. And that really helps. It also helps with memorization. But I also like to, sometimes I forget things if I memorize it in one place, if I just look this way. I like to look at a corner or like a different spot in the room, someplace with a different environment, because there are those times where actors do forget their lines, even if they've practiced over and over and over. And sometimes it's because the environment is different. So I like to go into other rooms and practice the scene different ways, and sometimes take longer to say my line or say it real quick. But I also definitely see the background of my character, how they're feeling in the moment, their background, what just happened in the scene, what's about to happen in the scene, what happened on the earlier scenes, what is this character aware of, what are they not aware of? And kind of just get into the realm of who they are also as a person, because during this time they might be meek and mild, but or later it could be when they have character development and they're coming out of their shell. So, what is the environment that they're in? So, that's like how I like to do it too.
That is absolutely wonderful. That's going
Oh,
to be
thank
one of my
you.
clips.
Oh, okay,
That's going to
cool.
be a
That's
clip.
good.
It's like I try to put on YouTube. I try to put clips that are specifically to help other people, and your
Yeah.
approach is slightly different than other people's. Everybody has a different approach,
Hmm.
but I love that. It's great. Um,
Good. Thank you.
um, so I guess about how many projects have you done this year so far?
I have only done one, but I've been doing a lot of auditioning. I'm looking for an agency right now, to see if I can branch out from the Kansas City projects right now. Um, I do feel very grateful that a lot of these auditions are coming from Los Angeles, but I am seeing what they're talking about when they say it's like a needle in a haystack. There are a lot of people auditioning. So it's getting a little tough at this point, but I just have to keep the mindset to keep on going, and stay in contact with the people that I've networked with, network with other people, and reaching out to agencies, and basically put setting myself up to succeed by auditioning as much as I can, and submitting for whatever I can. And also being willing to go to other locations if I need to. But yeah, I'm still waiting on one project to come out also from 2023. And they haven't put it out yet, so I'm still waiting for that announcement. They're supposed to show it this year though, so that's what I'm hoping for right now.
Yeah, and I can sadly say I still have projects from 2022, at least
Oh,
one. Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's just the way it works. I mean, some people work faster than other at getting those out,
Hmm.
but yeah, it is sometimes painstaking just to hurry up and wait.
Yeah,
Can
yeah, for sure.
you tell us where we can find your work?
So I do have an IMDb page. So a lot of them are going to be on the Real Short app, the Drama app. The most recent one that I did is on Vigloo, Vigloo. That would be the caregiver. That's my most recent work. And there's one more. It might be like the Stars app. But it's mostly where you're going to find vertical films. So a lot of the short dramas, that's where they're going to be. But yeah, and a lot of them should be on Vigloo and Dramalet, LET, Dramalet.
That's awesome. And just going to tell you, you spell your names different, and I know you're not related, but I just interviewed Aaron and Alan Michael Doherty
I
a few
saw.
days
Yeah,
ago.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think is he Dough, I
Yeah,
believe.
I know I mentioned them to you, and you were like, how do they spell their name before I knew your last name when I first
Yeah.
met you? And you're like, how do they spell their last
Yeah,
name? And like, no,
that's so
it's
cool.
not related, and they do spell it different, but they're
That's
great guys
awesome.
as well.
That's
Um,
cool.
what advice would you give to a new actor or actress that's interested in getting involved in film?
I would definitely first get some headshots. If you can get a reel, if you don't have any film to create a reel, you should definitely find scripts online, a monologue, different types of monologues that can show different types of emotions, videotape yourself, and then put it together, and that can be your reel for now until you can get roles. I recommend going on to Facebook groups because that would be free. That's exactly how I got my first one. Facebook groups in their general area. Don't have the mindset to immediately move out to LA or Atlanta. Find work within their city. So, like mine would be Kansas City more so than Wichita, but find the work in that area first, build up the resume, and then maybe think about moving. And so, they can start with actorsaccess.com. I love Actors Access. Backstage is a great place to submit, and they can do this all by themselves. I've gotten every single one of my roles all by myself. So, to anybody who says that you have to have an agent to be an actor, that is not true. I've never had an agent. I've been doing all of this on my own. Um, and work on that as well if they have, they can even look for one. You don't have to have a bunch of films to get an agent. That's not a requirement. Sometimes it just helps. List any skills in their resume that they can do. And when you submit for a character, tell the casting directors how you relate to this person, what you like about it. Don't just say, hey, I like this role. Can I have it? Let me audition. Thanks. Like put something into it about yourself that can relate to the character and show them like, hey, like this is the actor. This is the one we want for sure. And then it'll definitely help. And don't get discouraged when you don't hear back from anybody, because I like to say that the word no means next opportunity. And even sometimes it's not too bad when they don't say anything back because you do the audition, you forget it, and go on to the next one. And you keep going. And I have to tell myself that sometimes it's just to keep going, keep going. And eventually, if you work hard enough, then you will be able to succeed.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I love going to the gym. I'm running. I'm a health nut, I guess they would call it. I'm learning to cook healthier meals. I love meal prepping. So I'm at work most of the time. And then when I have an audition, so I work my 9 to 5 and then I do my auditions at night, which is basically all I really have time for. But I'm always in the gym. And if not, I like to play Grand Theft Auto 5 if I ever have time. I don't have too much time for that, but I would love to do that. Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox. Yeah, mostly it would mostly be the gym though. I love running and exercising. It's what I have time for, and I love to travel. So if I don't have any auditions, I get my shifts covered. I love traveling around the world because my 9 to 5 luckily does let me do that. So I'm able to fly out to different countries or states wherever I want to go. Like I'm trying to go somewhere for my birthday, which I feel very lucky for. But yeah, I love traveling, and I just got back from Japan like a couple of months ago, so or a month or two ago. So I love
It's
discovering new places.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say your employer, but I know you work for an airline, which that's
Yeah,
the big advantage to working for an airline.
yeah, it
Big
does
advantage.
help. Yeah, it does help for sure.
Um, I, I was going to ask you a question. I don't usually tell people the questions beforehand, but I know you didn't live in Kansas City, so I sent you a
Hmm.
message 3 minutes before we started. I'm still going to ask you that, but I want to ask you first, what's your favorite restaurant in Wichita?
In Wichita, Texas Roadhouse. I
Texas
actually
Roadhouse.
yeah, I used to work there too. It's all around great. Great staff, great food. My family loves it. We always go there for celebrations. It's always fantastic. Texas Roadhouse for sure. It's a chain, but it's Texas
Okay,
Roadhouse
okay, that's
for
good.
sure.
I had been to one there. I was thinking you might say Oak and Barrel. Have you ever been there?
No, I have not. I haven't even
Okay,
heard of
okay.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
almost positive that's what it's called. I thought it was a chain, but it wasn't. Uh,
Oh,
it's wonderful. I'm almost positive it's called Oak and Barrel. I hope I got the right
yeah.
name. And then the next question is, can you think of your favorite barbecue restaurant when you were in Kansas City? Can you think of it?
I can see it. I cannot name it. It might have like a general name of just the Kansas City barbecue, but it was years ago when I went and I went in with my family. I can remember that. But no, I cannot remember what it is. I don't
That's all
know
right.
if it's yeah. I don't remember what it
That's all
was,
right. I
but
mean, I can guess
yeah.
like Jack Stack or, something like that.
Maybe Jack Stack. I feel like that sounds very familiar
Yeah, they have
for
a bunch
sure.
of them in Gates. Like there's different atmospheres for both, but they're both great. Um,
Yeah.
I have some pictures I was going to ask you about. If you've
Okay.
watched this before, you'll know this is my game here. Let me let me get this to get everything out of the way now. All right, almost there. What is this?
Okay, so that's my first antagonist role in the general, and that was Stella. Um she was just picked up from jail, so she was a bad girl. Um she was doing some things that she should not have done in a restaurant with a friend. She was going around with some drugs, so she got in trouble and she was acting. I actually really love this scene because I feel like it's the protagonist side of me coming out, the innocent side. And she's trying to make everybody feel bad for her because she lost her dad. And she just wants to stay out of trouble and be the most innocent one. Like, it's not her fault. Give this reason, this reason. But if you watch the scene, eventually she turns around and winks at him. Like, she's just trying to get her man, even though that is not her man, the military main character. She really, really likes him because she was very close with the family and she was hoping to marry him, but he's in love with another girl, unfortunately. So,
That's the saddest story I've heard so far.
yeah,
Let me get this. Let me see if I can get
yeah,
this.
yeah, that was good though. I was intimidated, hoping I could get some crying in there, and it worked.
And you're talking about your travels. Where is this?
Yeah, that's in Osaka. So that's I don't want to say it wrong, Dotonbori shopping district. It's kind of like the classic. So if I would have taken the picture on the other side, it had the Running Man, the big Running Man sign. There's just a bunch of shops everywhere. It was wonderful. I mean, I didn't know if I was gonna find find anything where I could shop because they actually don't have many like tourist shops, but these were all regular chain shops. Um, you had food everywhere. They even had Starbucks out there. I mean, a lot of it was very modernized, which I was surprised. And they had like boats going underneath the bridge, so it was like a little river or creek, and it was beautiful. I absolutely loved it. It was just a little rainy that day, so that's why I'm kind of like, like my head is down, like trying to take the picture, but it was cool. I loved it. I loved Osaka. It was a very homey feeling type of city, rather than Tokyo, because there were a little bit less people, but everybody was so nice. I
Well,
love
that's
Japan.
you're going on trips of lifetimes there.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. That's my most recent work. So it's ironic. This character's name is Kelly. My sister's name is Kelly. So every time they would say Kelly on set, like sometimes they say our names, sometimes I wouldn't react. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh God, they're talking to me, not my
Yeah.
sister. But yeah, so this is Kelly showing her bad side because it's another antagonist that I played. She was a lot of fun. In this role, I got to lay down and sleep. Um, for a lot of the takes, which was fantastic. Just getting paid to go to sleep was fantastic.
You'll
I
have to
wasn't actually.
explain that. Explain that to us.
Okay, so Kelly is a character who it's again, my character's in love with a person. So she was basically a boyfriend and girlfriend when she wanted to find a way to get the money from her boyfriend, and she pretended to fall into a coma. And he, of course, felt bad, the main character, and decided to marry her while she was in a coma, because she found out that her boyfriend was a secret trillionaire. And her mom was in on the whole thing. And so they kept up this facade that she was actually in a coma for a really long time. Um, I don't know if they said, I can't remember if it was like a year. But so I got to pretend to be in a coma and sleep while a caretaker came to take care of me because, when you're in a coma, you have to keep moving your muscles. Otherwise, they're just going to deplete. Like, you have to keep working your body. And um, her husband ended up falling in love with the caretaker, which obviously she could hear everything they were saying because they would talk in the room with her. So she's not very happy about that. She's very devious. I mean, I don't know anybody in the entire world that would do something like that. So
Wow. So
it's
your
insane.
character was supposed to be truly not in a coma, but holding still for
Yep,
days or weeks at a time.
hours, however long it was in her real world. I thought she said like a year. I think it was a year. I cannot remember. It was a while. It was a long time. And I'm like, wow, she like kept this up for a
Oh
while.
yeah. Now, I had a small role in that movie as well.
Yeah.
Phone call, and I think the trillionaire's company, I was supposedly running it for him while he was out pretending to be poor. But just like you, because I've seen you slap and get slapped in these
Yeah.
things. Okay. A guy insults him and I slap him in the face. That's typical, like these kind
Yeah.
of productions are very dramatic and
Dramatic.
it's fun in these types of productions. I just got to tell you, like a lot of things want you to be subtle. And this you actually get to act, which is wonderful.
Yeah. They want you to let it out rather than just nah, nah, nah. No. They want it. You want it. You don't want to do a petty slap. They want you to slap them or they want you to push them on the ground. It's definitely an explosion of acting, which I love.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I was going to ask, what are you most proud of that you've done thus far?
For acting, like my acting roles,
Yes.
I am most proud of probably, I would say, it was Mr. Vampire that I was in. It was another antagonist. Um, I was apparently so mean that I scared the director herself, which was like I not really my intention, but it did show I had improved my acting skills. And in the last role that I had as well, I was able to do more innocent acting, I guess I should say. And the assistant director did say that he thought that my acting had improved. So I think actually the caregiver was probably the one that I was most proud of because I got to do a range from innocent to mean. And I absolutely love that one. I love the caregiver. That one was a lot of fun to do for sure.
Yeah. How have you improved your acting? What have you done to improve?
Lots and lots of auditions, and I have friends that I talk to, and I like to send some of them my auditions before I actually submit them. And I've also taken classes through Margie Haber Studios of Los Angeles. And I absolutely love those studios because I have had some acting coaches that were kind of more so in it for the money and not actually teaching you. And they take a study time and go through the actual script with you one by one, no matter how many people's in the class. And listening to like, there's a lot of people on TikTok um, that also just talk about like things you talk about in acting classes. I have a book that I got off of Amazon, and I am constantly reading about the history of actors, like real life actors, and their journeys through becoming actors. And I'm also paying attention when I watch TV because you can watch TV and movies for entertainment, obviously. But if you look at the mannerisms of actors and looking at a beginner actor versus an intermediate actor and an Oscar-winning actor. I like to notate some of the things. If you look them up on TikTok, they do have some of them doing the same scenes, and I love to see the whole differences and practicing in the mirror, which sounds funny, but as for me, who has a resting sad face, and that's not good for a lot of characters that I need to audition for, I like to practice facial expressions and different reactions, things like that. But I'm always learning. I'm trying to learn more. But auditions definitely have helped me improve my acting as well. So I'm still working on that. But I think having so many auditions and different types of characters, it has been able to help me with that and just to be pretending to talk to a person. It's just another person. It's not a fake, it's not a show. They're just another person, and you're going to respond to them and listen to them. And that's how it should be. And I think that's really helped.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's a lot of things. Like, I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds like you're really motivated to act and to get better.
Yes, for
Where's that
sure.
motivation from? Where do you get your motivation?
It can make me tear up. I don't know why. From when I was little, having the dreams to be a professional actress and singer, it's something I wanted in my entire life. I don't know, it's a dream that God gave me, and I'm not sure why, but there's a fire that lights inside me when I get to do what I want to do, and that's singing and acting. I just love it. There is no other thing that could ever give me this much happiness. Nothing. Not even like writing, and I don't know. There's just nothing else. And that's why I keep thinking of, actors have to have backups. Like, what are you going to do for your backup? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm in the airline industry and I did the whole waitressing thing, but I'm like, man, it's just nothing compares. And I just don't see myself doing anything else in my life but acting and performing. It's who I am. I love it too much.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
obsessed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Is there anything else that you do? Yes, I know you sing and you act. You brought up writing. Do you also write?
Yes, I love writing. I actually wrote a novel when I was 13. It didn't get published, but people read it and thought it was pretty good. There's so many corrections I'd have to put in it, but I love creating stories, and that goes attaching it to acting is creating a story. And sometime I'd love to become a producer, so I can also be on the outside and help the story grow. Um, and just create amazing stories, like lovely things. I just absolutely love the industry. And I would also love to start writing songs. I wrote a couple, but I guess I should say I'd love to record. Um, I'd love to write scripts. I would love to start that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm quite the dreamer, so I do just about anything, I guess, in that industry for sure.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Any words of wisdom or final words?
Uh, if you love it that much, don't ever give up, and it's worth it. You have that dream for a reason. The fire that's inside of your chest, like it is there for a reason because you know what you're supposed to do. So go for it, no matter what anybody says.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Carrie Ann. It was
Yeah,
great to
thank
talk to
you.
you.
I
I
appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. And just so you know, I will tonight probably it takes forever to upload things to YouTube. If you've ever uploaded a 45-minute
Hmm.
thing to YouTube, it takes quite a while, or 42 minutes or whatever it is. But I'm going to upload this tonight, and then probably tomorrow morning I'll start putting some clips out, and that's probably it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for
All
this.
right.
This was
Thank you.
exciting. I had a great time.
All right. Great job. Thank you.
Thank